Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are going to discuss about Checkpoint and GNS, how we can integrate Checkpoint into GNS3 with minimum resources and using Ubuntu. So today I'll show you how you can add Checkpoint to the GNS3. So it's straightforward setup, but it takes a little more time than the usual firewalls because it has to install everything on the disk. So I'll just show you step by step how you can do it. First of all, we'll be importing the appliance, which you can get from GNS3 website. So here you can see I've browsed to the appliance and I prefer keeping all the files, the ISOs and everything, QCOW files in the same folder as the appliance. And as you can see, well, because I've done that, so it has auto detected the location of my ISO file and empty QCOW file as well. And okay, it's being uploaded. There you go. So now we have a template set up for Checkpoint, and I will just connect it to my cloud, which is connected to my uh, virtual interface on my Ubuntu, which is my base machine. So as you can see, I have just turned on everything, and here's the process of installing the Checkpoint. So first of all, you have to select Install Gaia, and while we are doing that, I've also powered on my Windows machine in which I will be installing Smart Console, which I will be using to connect to the Checkpoint to be able to manage it. So I'll just show you around, let them boot up, let them both boot up. And as you can see, the somehow, okay, it's Windows update. Nobody likes it, but fine, we don't have an option. Anyway, so just select on OK, and the default space utilization is fine. You have to select a password for the admin account, and oops, okay, it has to be 6 characters long. Let's try something bigger. Admin123. Right, it's a very strong password. Don't keep it anywhere. So now we see that our Windows machine has booted up. So it is the same virtual machine that we had earlier downloaded from Microsoft side. The link will be there in the description, and the password is password exclamation. And the IP address, okay, so the IP address, I'm just setting it up with the same subnet as my local machine, so it has to be 192.168.122.21, and my local machine's virtual interface is 192.168.122.1. So while it is formatting the disk, I will install Smart Console on this Windows virtual machine. So the reason why I'm installing this Smart Console in a virtual machine is that I had a hard time trying to figure out a way to install it in Ubuntu or a Linux system. Nothing worked out. Looks like Checkpoint is just not interested in creating any, Smart Console version for Linux. So the other way would be just to have a virtualized machine of Windows system where we can also have ASDM installed, so we can also connect to the ASA, which you can see on my other video in which I had created um, an ASA, and I've configured that, and I've linked the ASA with the ASDM. So here we are waiting for the installation, and looks like the Checkpoint has to be rebooted. Next time I will just do a normal reboot. I will not again do an installation in the Checkpoint, and there you go, it's just powering up. There you go. So we have the login prompt now. I will use the same credential which we just created sometime back, admin123. And okay, it says we have to complete the rest of the configuration through the web UI. So what I will do is I will log into the Checkpoint firewall through the web version from my browser on the same IP, 192.168.122.21, I believe. Yeah, 21 was the IP. Let's, okay, the browser is stuck. a little with a lot of add. I've not given it enough resources. I've just given it 1 gig of RAM for the Windows server, Windows machine. So let's start the browser again. And you can disable all these things and in the browser and just make it to a plain simple home page rather than all these ads being coming up. So you won't waste time. So let's see. 192.168.122.21 didn't work out. Let's try with https:// and there you go. Perfect. Details and go to the web. So I will use the same credential, admin123, and log in through the web console. Right. So as you know, it is a first time configuration, so it has to be done through the web console. Further onwards, if you want to access, you will be using the smart console, and the IP is as it is, which we had given earlier. We don't want, you can give it as one of the interface to connection to internet. I'm not giving it right now because it's just a test machine. So for DNS, you can give 4222 and maybe Google's DNS as well. I'll just keep it this way. And time is fine. Next, security gateway. Yeah, that's the way I will be using it right now. So it will be security gateway and security management. Automatically download plate. Okay, use guy admin. Okay, I will use the default admin. And okay, here we can specify which machines will have access to the console, which machines will be able to get into the checkpoint machine through a smart console or web browser or CLI. I'm just giving the permission to my entire network 192.168.122.0 and I'm allowing the /24 subnet, and it starts installing over here in the web. Let's see what's the status on Windows Smart Console installation. There you go. It looks like that is done as well. Perfect. Yeah. So we will use the same credentials, same browse, same IP. I don't think we'll be able to log in yet. And as you can see in my resources, it's quite nominal. So it can be actually used on a very low resource machine. Nowadays, we all have at least 8 gigs of RAM. But here you can see even with 4 gigs, I think you should be able to, I think so. We should be able to. I've got 32 gigs right now. So I need to check how much resource it is consuming. But I think with 8 gig, you will definitely be able to log in and use a checkpoint completely, at least one of them for test purpose and lab purpose. So we're waiting for the finalization of the configuration, and it almost seems to have been done, 90%. Perfect. Okay, let's start it. Let it be restarted by itself. Okay, we'll wait for a while. Still rebooting. As you can see, the smart console is ready. So we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Shouldn't take very long time. So it does take, I mean, in the video it's quite short, but it will take, I think, about 20 to 30 minutes for it to be installed, for checkpoint to be installed completely. I would recommend create one, install it completely, and whenever you create a new project, then you shouldn't be creating and installing the operating system again and again. I would say you can just save the project with different names, like in GNS3 you can do a save as and with a different name, and it should replicate the same. So your previous project will be safe, and the new project, whenever you're creating, it will have the new configurations, and you don't have to go through the pain again to install checkpoint again. So it will be a ready-made template for you. I would recommend you do that for this one, checkpoint, and you can do it for the other firewalls as well. Generally, I do that. I keep a ready-made template. Right now I'm just starting up with it, so I'm doing it from scratch. But generally, what I do is I have a project, like a base project in which I have configured the base IPs and configurations on multiple firewalls like the ASA and Checkpoint and Palo Alto. These are the three primary firewalls that I use. So I have the base configuration and IP and everything set up. So whenever I am working on a new project, I open the old one, the base project, and I, go to File and click on Save As and whatever this new project name is. And according to that, I will configure the devices, because I will have a GUI access to those devices and I would be able to access them from the VM already. So I should be able to just do the basics and I should be able to use them then and there rather than going through the entire thing once again. So it does take a little while. It looks like, please wait while the system is rebooting. And we are waiting. We are waiting for quite a long time. Tried to log in while it was rebooting, it didn't work out, so it has to take its own time. Can we try again? It's not even showing any status bar as to how much time it will take for it to complete the reboot. Do let me know your feedback, okay? How you like the video, if the setup is clear. If you have any questions, definitely you can get back to me. Looks like the firewall has finally rebooted. Let me log in through the web portal once again. This would be the last time I'm logging into it through the web portal. Okay, I can see a few stuffs, but I really cannot do anything in the web portal. I will log into the smart console with the same credentials and let's log in. What? Still not able to log in. What's wrong? Let's see. What has gone wrong over here? So we'll just check the network interfaces and okay, interfaces. IP is correct. What else? What else? Okay, let's try to find what am I looking for? User management, GUI clients. Okay, let's try this, please. I think I should have my IP in here already. It should have my host IP 192.168.122.0/24. So ideally, it should be allowing the entire subnet to be able to log in via any of the smart console. Okay, still doesn't work. User management. So I'm just starting my, I've not really worked with Checkpoint a lot, so I'm starting to learn. So pardon me if you see me struggling and if you already know the answer. I'm sure some of you already do. So it may look silly, but I just didn't want to stop the video and want to look perfect, because nobody's perfect. I just wanted to show the problems that I am having, because there will be other people who will have similar issues and they will be struggling. So if we guys go through the same troubleshooting steps together, it will help them later on. They won't have to struggle. They will be able to do it straight away. So let's see. Mm-hmm. I think network access, system configuration, no. Sessions, no. Okay, network management interfaces are fine. I have checked it already. No, not in NetFlow. No, just clicking random buttons and trying to figure out how it works. I'm not really able to get to that option. And guys, it's okay to struggle. That's how we learn, right? So, post and DNS. No, okay, no, 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 not here. The DNS is correct as per the configuration that I had put earlier, which is nothing related to why I'm not able to log in via Smart Console. I'm sure you guys, some of you guys already have the answer. No, it should be somewhere in system management. What is this host access? Let's try this guy. Okay, allowed host. I think that's the one. So I will add. You can make it any IP address for testing purpose, or you can, as you can see, I have. Looks like I have added 192.168.122.0 rather than 120. No, that's fine. 192.168.122.0. Okay, after removing that, there you go. I'm able to log in now. Initializing. So I had to just remove that previous rule that was taking over the manual rule which I had created. So it is initializing services and it should be good to go. So loading data, launching the application. So there it is. There's the perfect configuration which you can have for Checkpoint along with Smart Console in any low-end machine. It's not about the resources. It's about how we use them. So as you can see, we have just logged into the Smart Console. These are the basic tutorials that you have. So I've tried. So in my primitive days, I've also used GNS3 in a tablet, a laptop actually, which had only 2 gigs of RAM. I know it was difficult. It was difficult, but I'm coming from those days where I only had 2 gigs of RAM and a very low-end processor, and now I have upgraded. But I do know that a lot of people are in trouble. They do not have the resources and they cannot rent out the racks, and it's okay. It's fine. So nothing should stop you from what you're trying to do. If you want to learn, if you want to do something, if you have the urge to learn, you will definitely be able to. As you can see in the Smart Console, I'm able to log in and I can, have all the options. So now you can go through the videos and the tutorials and explore the options as much as possible. Do not give up because you don't have enough resources. Try to find a way. You will always have some or the other way. Something is there